He's about to give you some game. He's going to speak on quality versus quantity, because most people believe that you need to have a lot of properties or a lot of units in order to make good money, and that isn't necessarily true. And he is going to break it down for you.
Today, how many properties you got now?
I got a lot. Okay. I'm going to explain to you why I don't brag about that.
Okay.
For everybody, you should be focusing on the quality, not the quantity.
Talk about it.
Okay? Because people love to promote and push. I got 500 doors. I got 1,000 doors. I got
400 of them.
Okay. And they ain't making no money. So me, I focus on my cash flow. So I gave you an example on the one. On the one, I'm doing $5,000 a month. On that one street, I'm doing just about $13,000 a month in net profit. Just off of that one street. Not too far walking distance from him, I got 10 units on that one block. Between the two properties, they're worth $1.2 million. Just those two properties. Just on that street in net, I only talk net.
Talk that talk.
It's over $10,000 a month I pull off of just that. So while the next gentleman or lady can have off of that street 30 properties, I'm doing more money in net income off of my 10 off in that one street than you're doing with your 30. When people lead with that, it's a false representation of the truth. So if you ignorant to this business, you will like to assume that because John Doe says he has 500 units and Jane Doe has 50, John Doe must be making more money than her, and his net worth must be bigger than hers, when it's not true.
As an investor, the best way to make money that I know of is to buy property before it's developed, called pre-construction. This is a site. We're building 2 townhomes on the water. When we sell them, the bank requires us to sell one of the units before we can start getting the financing. So we sold one and gave the buyer $150,000 off of the price as an incentive for them to buy it, which means when it's built and it goes for the price, they'll make $150,000. The key to this is how much money do they have to put down, how much money will they make, and how long will it take. That's it. So if you look at this site here, people know that it's a pre-construction site, and we bought this land a few years ago for $650,000. We're going to sell it for $3.6 million, which means after our cost to build and the cost for land, our developer will make a little over $1.5 million. I started doing this in 1998 in Miami. It was wild. 20% down, building all these high rises. I had people from all over the country coming in. They'd have a party every Friday night, and I would just bring the people to the party, and they'd buy 1, 4 at a time. It was crazy. Today it's a little different because they want more money down. They have a lot more restrictions on what they're doing. I can't buy condo pre-construction anymore. It's just a fool's game now. But the townhouse market, it's exactly where you should be. If you're a realtor, you should learn how to do this. We build 100 townhomes this year, and they're all pre-construction, so there's a lot of money being made.
These are the worst houses to buy as an investment property. 1, a house on septic system. Septic system can give very, very, very high maintenance, especially if you're going to rent it out to a tenant. You don't know how well the tenant's going to take care of the house. So sometimes they could clog it up. So if you're going to buy a rental, stay away from buying a house on septic system. 2, you don't want to buy a small house that is like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for rental. You get more rent, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2-bedroom, 1-bath is the worst one because you pay too much for the house and you're only going to get so much rent for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And the worst part of it, if you can't expand the house, that's even worse as an investment. 3, you don't want to have the biggest and the most expensive home in the neighborhood because you have no more growth to appreciate. You want actually the average home so that way we have more room to grow and keep the appreciation going and going and going. Like and follow for more real estate tips.
How long does it take you to make this much money? Answer that question in the comments. How long does it take you to make this much money? Most people, it's going to be 10 years. 10 years. You know how long this took me? 3 hours of my time. All I had to do was find a buyer for a property that I never even owned. I got a seller for $1 million under contract. Did I have $1 million in my bank account at the time? No. Did I need it? No. Did I need any credit? No. Did I need a license to do this? No. I was able to flip this property and make this much money without any risk. All I had to do was get 2 contracts at different prices, and I get the profit. And it's like winning the lottery, except you can do it over and over and over and over again. Now send this to somebody who's most likely to take a fat girl home at 3 a.m.
So Vanilla Ice is going to give you the secrets to real estate. You know, there's a lot of rappers that got other things going for them besides rap music that you don't even know about. You just only think, hey, you know, this guy, he's making millions from rap. Sometimes they got other stuff on the side. They're into real estate. They might own a store.
My houses, some of them I've never even seen. And this is a true story.
You haven't seen some of the houses you own?
Never. And I buy them because I buy tax auctions. I buy tax liens. So I don't buy normal MLS or anything that you're going to see on Zillow. There's nothing on the computer that I'm going to be buying. I buy them below the appraised value, way below. And everybody would if they could, but they can't because they don't know my tactic. My tactic is to hire an attorney. And my attorney goes to the courthouse and he finds out for that day what tax liens in the whole county or anywhere I want to buy a home is, and he'll give them to me. And he says, you owe me my $5,000 retainer whether you buy a house or not. I don't care what you do with this information. I woke up and got my coffee and went here and got it for you, and now you do it. And I go on there and I go, oh my God, look at these houses. I don't need to see them. I don't need to drive by them. Don't need to even care. And I own so many houses that I've never seen because all I need to see is what is the appraised value of that house? And what am I buying it for? Holy shit, I'm buying it for half of the appraised value. I just made money. You do real estate, you understand that. It's when you buy a house that's worth $1 million and you pay $500,000 for it. That's what I do. I make money on my houses before I even fix them up, when I buy them.
So I was that guy that was driving around in a Lexus that I had only $30,000, but it cost me $33,000 to buy it. I put the whole $30,000 and asked my mother for the other $3 so I could look the part. You get what I'm saying? But yet, that same $30,000, I had an opportunity in New York to put down on a brownstone that's worth over $2 million today, and I said, I'm not doing it. So I want my people to understand my mentality. I need you guys to stop having this mentality or this attitude when it comes to the most important investment in your life. How can you get into it the cheapest way possible? I need us to stop that. But yet everything else that's not as important, we're willing to drop the bag on it.
Do not ever let your parents give you their house and instead do what the rich do. Son, I'm retiring and I'm giving you the house. Whoa, that's a big deal, but please don't put it under my name. Wait, what? Do you not want the house? Of course I do, but you've owned the house for a pretty long time and I know the property value has appreciated a lot. Which means if you were to transfer the house into my name today, I'll be responsible for paying all the capital gains taxes on the property when I sell it. Wait, what's capital gains tax? Capital gains tax is the tax on any profit you make from the sale of a capital asset. Oh, and in this case, our house is the asset. So what should we do? Just put it in a living trust and add me as the beneficiary. That way, when you own it live in 30 years, I'll inherit the property at a stepped up cost basis. Oh, so you can inherit the property tax free. Okay, so don't transfer assets in your kids' names, open up a trust instead. Exactly, that way we pay no taxes and create generational wealth. That's very smart, son. Who taught you all this? Yep, and I just simply follow Bam Josh.
This is the only bad part of the roof, so I don't know if we're going to have to change the whole entire roof or just make repairs and match the shingles. Okay. So here's my thing. What I wanted to do, I was going to talk to you about this, is just open this up. Get this much space, like come right to where the window is, because you got all this hallway space, but the bathroom is not that big. But if you could just get, 3-4 more feet out of it, and just make it bigger. Just a little bit bigger for this, because this is the main floor bathroom. So then you got one bedroom there, one bedroom there, and then here is where I was telling you about the office.
Oh yeah.
Well, you were telling me let's do the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you go through here, this is part of the I would just say this is probably like the biggest bedroom of them all. And I haven't it's a possibility that a small bathroom can go in here. I don't know if it'll be worth, but let's see if it's, because this is a 2.5 now. Let's see if adding 3.5. Yeah, because it could be just like a small bathroom in here, in this little area here.
Yeah, it could be a shower, tub, and sink.
Yeah.
Instead of a tub. Yeah.
Yeah, that way you could just have something here, and you can call this like the master.
So right now we're inside of a fix and flip that I bought in Cleveland Heights. So we purchased this property from an auction for $80,000. The houses in this area, we found 2 comps. One next door that sold for $300,000, and another one that sold for $335,000.
So this is actually the kitchen, dining room. This is the living room.
That's a nice size living room.
Yeah, nice size living room. I'll probably open this up so it's just like it's one all the way through. Probably just put a header going all the way through here. So it just won't be like a narrow walkway. Just open it up so it could just, there's no need for this little small entryway. And down here's a bedroom. You want to go upstairs?